Gentleman's time is reserved. Gentleman from Maryland is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. If you Google carjacking in Kentucky, what will come up is just a few months ago, 2 people were carjacked in different incidents at gunpoint in Louisville, which I think is in the state of Kentucky. And since we're talking about state laws, that's what should be relevant. So carjacking is obviously a problem across the country. The conceit of the other side seems to be that they care more about crime and public safety in Washington, D.C. than people who live in Washington, D.C. We just got lectures from 2 different members from New York about the terrible conditions in New York. Well, if that's what their concern is, then they should run for the New York State Legislature and change the laws that are involved if they can persuade their fellow citizens that they've got it right. If they can't, then maybe they should reconsider what their agenda is. But in any event, if you want to micromanage the laws of Washington, D.C. and rewrite this 275-page act that was passed to revise the criminal code, which they hadn't revised in a century, with the input of federal and local judges, prosecutors, public defenders, D.C. Council, then move to Washington, D.C. and run for the D.C. City Council. These bills, these resolutions of disapproval come to the House floor without the benefit of a single hearing in the Oversight Committee. They've not had a hearing where the members of Congress could be heard on this, where we could have a single witness, where we could have a single fact introduced, much less have the members of the D.C. City Council who've sent a letter petitioning for respect for democratic self-government in D.C., much less have they had the right to be heard, much less has the mayor had the right to be heard. They keep invoking the name of the mayor of the District of Columbia, who said she does not want Congress to be overturning the laws of the District of Columbia, even if she opposes those laws. Well, that's a principled position in favor of democratic self-government. I dare say most of the members of this body would say, even if they disagree with a law passed by their state legislature in their state and signed by the governor, the Congress should not selectively overturn that law. But that's precisely what they're proposing to do to the people of the District of Columbia, and I will yield 2 minutes to the gentlelady from the District of Columbia, Ms. Norton.